Morning guys, and it is that time again, Friday 22nd of May, MCM London Comic Con. It is currently just after 20 to 8 in the morning, and as you can see, I'm all getting ready to go as Shadow the Hedgehog, and need my morning sustenance. Because, regardless of whether I need to go somewhere in the morning and it's something I want to do, I have never been a morning person, and I'm kind of surviving on nearly 3 hours sleep, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, it's that time of year again. What else can I say? Ready for another full-on day. Obviously, I'm only doing Friday again this year. I'm hoping maybe next year I can talk to my friends about maybe staying again for a weekend, because I do miss those times. Like, con is always a good time anyway, but. And, even the one day is pretty jam-packed, but knowing that you kind of have 3 days to spread it out, there's no real rush. Yeah, but also maybe it's a bit more beneficial for your bank account, because, you just grab what you can see when you can see it, and that's kind of it. But yeah, so, yeah, we've got priority day tickets. So con opens at 10, I believe, so we plan to get there just before, get some food, chill out, and then, yeah, just spend the day. I'm hoping I can meet up with friends as per usual. There's a few people going. I don't know why I'm saying really, I'm not going to be attending the cosplay meetup. Purely because me as a person, and I won't go too much into this, and there's no real point in saying this other than I don't really do well in meets. I don't know why I go sometimes, because I don't like taking pictures and all that sort of stuff, and you think, but that's the whole point of a meetup. And I was like, yes, and probably to talk to people. And I'm just not. And I feel also, particularly with the Sonic fandom, like, I'm still a fair newbie in the scheme of things. Like, I've only been into Sonic for like the last year and a half, maybe coming up 2 years nearly. So I'm still fairly new, and obviously there are veterans and retro people who know what they're talking about and have things to say, and I'm just there like, yeah. So, and I'm just awkward by nature, so that's just that. Anyway, so yeah, no, just today, and only big plan I've got is the stamp rally, the 06 Sonic stamp rally, because as of, I don't know if it's officially today, but this year, it marks the 20th anniversary of Sonic 06. Obviously, year of silver, and we are actually, technically, I think this is the month of silver. Well, if my Sonic calendar over there is anything to go by. We've been having some silver events, like the Absolution concert I went to, that was silver themed, and I do think Silver is a very underrated character. So I say, obviously love Shadow and Sonic, but yeah, want to appreciate him more. And obviously, I think there's about 6 artists involved in that, and a few of them I do know, but I don't. So it's a good chance to meet new artists and support their work, which I'm all for. That is, if anything, my main reason for con is cosplay and to support artists, because it's a tough world out there. Like, it's always been that way, but I feel like particularly recently, yeah, we're not going to go into it too much, but it's a whole thing. Anyway, so, yeah, again, probably won't be much of a vlog. I'll vlog what I can. Obviously, I want to be respectful. That's been very much on my mind with vlogs recently, like, because before I never even thought about it. It just generally was like, oh, I want to show people this stuff, but it's like, it's artist work. You have to be careful, especially with the AI thing now. It's a whole thing, and obviously I want to be as respectful as I can, so that's a must. But yeah, so my friends are probably going to come pick me up in just shy of an hour. Yeah, I have one other friend who's cosplaying this year as well, because my other friends, for just the one day, don't really bother. Friday's usually their chill day, which is fair, fine. But for me, obviously cosplay is my thing. I spend a lot of time on this. So yeah, even for the one day, I make the effort. Yeah, and obviously I'm excited to do Shadow again. Might get some more new pictures, because there's a few I'm actually annoyed with myself that I didn't get. There were some poses in particular I didn't do last time. Excuse me. My only concern is the shoes. And if you're new here, you don't know, but I've been working on upgrading the shoes. The only problem is I think I missed out on the big practicality part of them, which basically means I think I made them look really good. Whether they're actually practical in walking, that remains to be seen. Also, it appears it's going to be very hot today. Apparently, they predict 27. Like, this is London, what the hell? Like, but I guess we've been waiting long enough for some warm weather. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully the shoes will last, but really at this point, if they don't, it's the underside of the shoe, so I really should just get over it, really. Like, the perfectionist me should just calm down. But hopefully I can get a couple of shots at least with them looking good beforehand. But even then, like, the first time I wore them, the whole underside, even though it was foam, lasted pretty well. And I'm hoping the paint job this time is going to do well, because I sprayed the hell out of these guys with a lot of lacquer, so yeah, that's the hope. Anyway, but regardless, I'm going to enjoy myself, hopefully get some pictures, like I say, meet some people, and get a nice little bundle for the stamp rally. So yeah, let's head on over. Hey guys, so we're in, it's like 10:30 now? Yeah, and half 10. And already going around, heading for the stamp rally, artist alley. I'm gonna get that out of the way first, but I've already made my first purchase, surprisingly. It's a Psycho Pass, didn't expect that at all.
Blast
So,
from the past.
yes, blast from the past for sure. I think that will always remain like one of my most iconic favourite animes though, like it's...
I still think it was like, that was one of my best ones.
Yes, yeah, you suit Akane so well, like I'm not even just saying that, you really do.
But yeah, I'm trying to get my 50-year-old co-worker into Psycho Pass.
How's that going?
He's interested.
Okay.
I've got him interested.
Well, that's the thing, I'll be honest, I feel like if it hadn't been for you, I probably would never have given it a go. And it's not normally maybe one of the animes. I don't really know what I go.
Really is sci-fi.
No, I don't really know what I like. I just kind of end up watching something. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Literally.
I feel like sometimes I see something and I'm like, that is for that. And then other things I'm like,
I don't normally get into the mainstream ones, but then obviously we watched like that one episode of My Hero, and that was it. So you know, that's anyway. Yeah, so I need to actually find out where we're going.
I need to...
Oh, go again. So first one done and a few more to go. I know most of these artists, I think apart from this one, Saturn Zingers. And obviously I'm going to land on Hajime last because he's the best. Not going to lie. Alright guys, so I've not been able to vlog much because it's been very busy over in the South Hall, like crazily, so it's a bit calmer over here on the North. And I have finished my stamp rally, I got my things and talked to a few of the artists and got some really cool stuff. Yeah, and I've actually not spent as much money as I thought, which is crazy for me. Yeah, but now kind of free to, there's something I see that's, you know, kind of cool, I can do that. Otherwise, yeah, it's a free-for-all, but I think food is probably the next best thing to get. I mean, what is the time? Oh, it's 12:20, so it's not even, it's just past midday, so we've only been here like 2 hours, which is crazy. I feel like it's been longer. But yeah, no, just look around. I haven't seen anyone, can't find anyone yet, so the day's still young, so. Funny. Beautiful feet. I nearly asked for plain, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be awkward. And that's not bad at all.
What did you get?
The smoky barbecue. Oh, yes, look at me. There they are. Yep, literally just here. Nope, just him.
But you have something to talk about.
Oh, my legs. I'm gonna pray they are not gonna say, oh yeah, they're over in the other hall. I'm like,
They will.
probably. Knowing my good luck. Because I'm renowned for it. Yes, sorry.
Sorry, I always feel like
Down here, I think.
okay.
Yeah, no, totally. If I'm being brutally honest, I've got an extreme case of wig head at the moment, but it is what it is.
I never know if to take a wig off or not.
Yeah, like I feel like once I do, that's it, you know.
I'm done, I'm out.
Because I'm resigned then after that point. But
And then it hurts to put it back on.
yep. Oop. Thank you, appreciate it.
Coming in. Plus this van. Which we might.
Feast of Champions. So guys, it's Sunday, I'm home, and basically, if I didn't mention before, I only did the one day of con and then I went back to my friends for the weekend and we had great fun with food, karaoke and drink on Saturday, which was really fun. But now I'm only realising how very little of con I probably actually did show. Yeah, but I hope to make up for that by talking a bit more about it, I suppose, but I will try and keep it brief and, in my case, to the point, because if you do know me, my rambly nature tends to get away from me, but we'll try and keep it brief. So I think the face would be the actual setup of the con itself, maybe, because basically, so obviously, again, if you're not familiar, you have the north and south halls, which are all open, so it's absolutely massive at the XL, like, incredibly. Again, if you're new to this, but essentially they have what they call the main artist alley, which tends to be like a block of artists, like independent artists who obviously book booths and that. I am actually not entirely sure how they select artists. I don't know if it's like a first come first serve thing, but obviously I think they require you to provide proof of you know, your art and followers and stuff. And yeah, I don't know whether what the case was this year, but essentially there was a main block in the south, and then in the north they had long rows. And I have to say, just from personal experience, the north side was just absolutely crazy. I mean, even for a Friday. And again, for context, we got priority tickets, so they let you in at 10, and then you have at least 2 hours before general entry at 12, where you can basically see things first and everything, which I quite like, in the sense of me wanting to do my stamp rallies, because a lot of artists involved in those say that they have only limited prizes to give. So I like to try and get it done first thing, and then I've got the whole day to kind of just wander around and if there's anything else I'd like to see. But that's just me personally. But for that, most of the artists, so I think there was like 7 artists overall, and 5 of them were in the south, and then there was only 2 on the north. And I spoke to a friend of mine in one of the booths at the north, and I don't know, it seemed like a few people kind of got just chucked over there, and then on the south side, yeah, it was quite crazy. And I've realised I've just said that backwards. So the south side was incredibly busy. There was just so much going on there, and then the north was actually pretty quiet. And that was extending through the day. It got busier like midday, because we were over south at first, that's where we went, and it wasn't too bad, but then as the day went on, like, it was really bad. And also, again, for context, so it was hot on Friday. It did say about 27 degrees, and we are experiencing a heat wave currently. It is now 33 degrees currently on this Sunday. And it's meant to be like that for the rest of the week. In England, don't even just, honestly, not built for it. I know most people appreciate it, but I really don't. Anyway, so, but obviously I made the decision, and I was toying with it, of going as Shadow on Friday. And probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I also have to say it wasn't the worst. Like, and I did go prepared. I had water and fans and everything, and obviously made sure I take breaks. But we actually didn't go outside at all. And I have to say, props to the convention centre, Excel. They had the aircon on like full, and you could actually feel it like everywhere. So it was actually quite nice inside. It was actually once you went outside that it was. I went outside very briefly, like. And then also towards the end, but because we also parked under the XL. I think it's new parking that they put in, or I'm sure we've never been there before, but it was underground, and we came up through, I think it was like the west underground entrance. Yeah, so that was also good in terms of it was sheltered, so we didn't have that sun. But yeah, it was hot on the Friday. So, but yeah, when it got later in the day over in South, it was just. There were so many people, even for a Friday. I was like, damn, there's a lot of people. Like even the roads, that was just so packed and everyone's trying to get through. And I have to say, at that point, my feet were hurting, and because I have this, unfortunately I have it in cosplay, I get stiff, I don't know why, but also due to my shoes, I couldn't actually walk normally. Like I could get around, but it was more I had to kind of shuffle a bit, which meant sort of locking up my muscles, which didn't help. But it was okay. It was more towards, like I say, at the end of the day that I felt that. But again, it was my choice, so that's all on me. But yeah, it was pretty bad at one point. I was like, we can't. And actually, me and my friends didn't see it all, actually, at the end of it. It was just a bit too much. But yeah, I don't know what they did, the setup now. Like I said, some people just seem to get chucked. And from what I also, again, have seen, a lot of artists didn't do well this weekend at all, like, and some of them had like released a lot of new stuff and put a lot of effort into it, and they thought they were going to obviously like break even, and I don't think that really happened. I think it was definitely going on more so in the north. It was really quiet throughout the entire day. Yeah, it was quite interesting, but like I said, we didn't actually get to see it all in the south, unfortunately. Because I only discovered towards the end that there are apparently a lot of overseas artists that I swear did not mention that they were going to be there, because I literally just came upon them and were like, oh my god, they're here. So there was all that. But yeah, it was I guess a weird setup this time. A bit weird. And unfortunately now, it seems like the last couple of years with cons, they've been introducing, I guess what you call more generic booths and stuff. Like, there's like eBay booth there now and that stuff. And I guess it makes sense, because they're auctioning off like particular fandoms and things like that. So, you know, in that respect. But it's still just like, I guess not that niche, I guess is the word. There's also been a lot of talk about a lot of space. I think this is what the issue was, actually. I think a lot of space has been taken up by AI and AliExpress knockoff booths, which from what I understand basically sell a lot of knockoff stuff that's not that great, and particularly those big mystery bags you get that are like nearly 40 quid's worth, and you look in there and it's not even half the price. I've never bought one, actually, like even in my early days I never bought them, but it's such an easy trap for like newcomers and families and kids. Like, they'll just buy it because it's there. But for us more seasoned goers, we know better. Yeah, that's kind of why I have stopped buying figures at con, unless I know I haven't seen them online or I can't find them anywhere else. And I still begrudge maybe paying too much, like, but if I had to be brutally honest as well, particularly with the pop figures, I've noticed a massive difference, like particularly this con. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah, so it was good, but no, definitely props to them for the aircon, like that was very much appreciated. And yeah, I mean, again, it was con, it was busy. I couldn't even imagine what it was like Saturday or Sunday. There was also talk of like on the outside, on the green, people leaving rubbish and all that everywhere, which is like, come on guys, we're adults really, like most of us, and it's just, and they do provide skips out there that you could just throw rubbish in, but apparently a lot of the staff were clearing that up, which even not being there I don't appreciate, because obviously it just gives everyone a bad name and it's a whole thing. But you know, I get it, it's warm, everyone wants to be outside, but yeah, no. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like the setup in the next couple of years it'll be interesting to see what else they sort of bring in. But there was obviously a lot of distaste for the AliExpress, and I personally, I avoid those stalls really. I am purely there for the artists and the cosplay, so I don't really buy from anywhere else, really. I mean, there's like other sort of artist booths that sell stuff, but yeah, generally I stick to the more independent artists. So yeah, so I guess that's that. So interactions in terms of generally really good. I did have quite a lot of people stop and ask for pictures for my shadow, which obviously makes me feel good. But no, generally quite good. Obviously, being Sonic, I had a few interactions with kids which were kind of funny and also really cute. So one was two parents that stopped me, and I'm pretty sure the child was like either 2 or 3. They looked really young, and they had this kind of like scared look about it, but they're like, oh, he loves Sonic, he loves Shadow, and he's just looking at me like, and I'm like, are you sure? But obviously I was like, I'm not gonna judge. It just made me laugh because they're just like, oh, I really love it. It's like, does he understand Sonic? Like, probably not. He probably just saw, you know, just as kids do, they like see like characters and they're like, oh, those are cool. But this child looked a bit too young to even understand the concept of what they were looking at. But again, I'm not gonna complain. So they asked for a picture, and obviously I was like, yeah, sure. And another kid, he was a little boy, and I let him hold my Chaos Emerald and got a picture. But it's always that thing, because I'm awkward, I don't know how to interact with people at the best of times, but kids, I don't know, throw me off, which you think would not be the case, because they're kids. Again, they don't really have a complete understanding sometimes, or they're, you know, they're still, you know, they don't take things seriously, I don't think, really. In the sense, like, I don't really know what I'm saying, but it's just different. So he asked me like where I got my Chaos Emerald for, and I had 2 ways of responding. Whether do I do like more, I guess, in character, whimsical kind of response, or do I give him the actual response? Because the response in that case would be, oh, I made it, like, you know, or my friend made it, actually, would be more accurate. Make it short and sweet. Or the whimsical one, which I don't know why I went with that one. But I think I ended up saying something like, oh yeah, through the power of chaos or something. I literally cringe at the thought of what I said, and the kid was like, oh, you know, and I was like, yeah, so I just generally don't do well in certain interactions, so I feel sorry for anyone who wants to talk to me about things. I really do, and I'm sorry in advance. But no, generally overall the interactions were really positive, really good. And, you know, obviously everyone was like, oh my god, like, and how did you make that? How did you do that? And obviously I was happy to tell them. I had a few questions about the shoes, because I know that's a big thing people want to know about. I feel like a lot of people would tend to go towards the 3D printing, but obviously I did the whole base and then foam on top, because that's what I'm used to. I guess the only... actually, one of my very first interactions with the guy, apparently it was his birthday, and he had like Sonic merch on and everything, and he just generally was having a really nice chat about, oh, so like, are you like more towards the movies, the games, like what? And I was honest, I was like, well, I got into it more for the movies. I love the games, I'm trying to learn, I'm still very much a baby in terms of the fandom, which can be kind of intimidating, because obviously there's certain people who are clued up and they know, and they're hardcore fans, and I'm just there like, I'm still learning, I'm sorry, I can't form opinions. Oh god, it's funny. But no, he was genuinely like really nice and really good, and he's just like, oh yeah. And then there was a Sonic meet, which unfortunately I didn't go to because it was just too hot outside, and I was just like, I'm not good with meets as well, like I just don't do well in them. But he was generally really nice, and that was good. If I had to say, maybe the only odd interaction I had was when I was kind of minding my own business, just looking at with my friends at a store, and I literally got what I learned was a small Batman shadow plushie kind of shoved in my peripheral, and obviously I looked and I was like, oh hi, and I looked back and it was this guy, and I don't know, like he was by himself and he was just a bit like saying, oh yeah, this shadow's the best shadow, like, and then he kind of looked at me and went, oh, I shouldn't say that, and I was like, you know, when you just kind of freeze up, like, I'm not too sure how to interact with this, and my friends will kind of look at me like, giving the whole, like, do you need help thing, and I was kind of like, okay, let's just see how it goes, and it did get to a point I was kind of trying to move on, and he was, I don't actually even 100% sure what he was saying at that point, but he just kind of kept going, yeah, this Batman shadow's the best shadow, like, da-da-da. I think he might have asked me if I read the comics, and I was like, I'm sorry, no, and then it was kind of like, killed it from there. I don't know, it was a bit awkward, like more so than usual, but you know, he was alright, and like I said, I had my friends with me, so I wasn't too concerned about anything. But yeah, stuff like that I really don't know what to do with, because I'm just like, I don't know what you want from me, like, and I'm not good at responding, so yeah, but you know, generally most general interactions were really good, really positive, and makes me feel good about my cosplay, so that's always a bonus. And then of course we have the cosplay, and obviously I did make the choice to wear Shadow, even though I knew it was going to be warm and he has many layers, so it probably would have been, Sonic probably would have been a better choice, but like I said, I sort of made that choice, and can say I don't actually regret it. Like I said, I did manage, like I was toasty, but I did well. I'm more than impressed that my shoes held up actually, because if you don't know, I redid my shadow shoes, well, more so the underside of it, because the foam, well, I lost some of the jets, and also it was very much scuffed and damaged really, but I can show you, obviously this is after the event, so there is still damage, but yeah, I used the caps this time, not to self-promote, but if you want to see, I did do some reels of this process, which you can go check out if you want to see the entire process. But yeah, essentially I redid the jets, so they were a bit more sturdy, and as you can see they are all still there, a bit scuffed up, but generally compared to last time the damage is pretty minimal. Obviously you got like some for the foam, but I sprayed the hell out of these guys with lacquer, and you know, I was walking, I couldn't walk properly, like I said, I think I had to kind of shuffle along, I couldn't really bend all that well, especially with this bit, it kind of getting caught, and I was worried if I kept it up it was going to peel off. You know, you can see there, because I used like hot glue, there is a bit of that showing, but generally, you know, I'm more impressed that they actually managed to stay on, and like again, for a good 7 hours walking, it was pretty good. Wasn't so easy to sit down in, I have to say, because of the rings. I can't like cross my legs, but you know, again, it's little prices you pay for cosplay, and I do tend to unfortunately go with more like aesthetic look and sometimes forget about the practical. So obviously it's like, yeah, they look accurate and what they should, but I can't really function normal human things with them. But like I say, generally really good. I'm glad I chose to use the bottle caps in the end, because yeah, like I said, they're a bit scuffed, but long story short, they weren't the easiest to walk in, but considering again for one day, I'm pretty impressed. And again, I think it's more than easy to just top them up and just spray them over, and obviously on the outside is all good. There's very little damage to any other part of the shoe, maybe apart from this bit here, but because one thing I probably didn't consider when doing these is if there is damage, how would I fix it? But you know, extreme case would be to redo it all, which obviously don't particularly want to do, but yeah, no, despite that, it's held up pretty well, and I have no complaints. And now, I'm going to move on to the main part, which I hope makes up more of this video, which is my haul. Now, it's very easy to say this, think at the end of every con, but I think to date, this is my best haul yet in terms of stuff, one, that I wanted, and stuff that I didn't, that I got. spontaneously while I was there, because most days now I try and plan. Like I said, a lot of artists that I like are involved in the stamp rallies, so I kind of kill two birds with one stone, which is always good. And they're always like bringing out new stuff, which is always good. Yeah, and that's why I also like to get the stamp rally done first thing, because last couple of times they've said they have limited amount of like prize packs. So, and you know, I kind of feel like I get that out the way, it's done, and then I can just kind of get on with the rest of the day and do what I want. Yeah, which is always nice. But yeah, I'm very, very happy for this one. So let's get on and show you. I hope you enjoy. And again, I will have all the artists down below and on screen at some point, unless, because it's difficult sometimes, because a lot of them now won't give you business cards. It's like a scan thing you have to do, and I don't always remember to do that. Yeah, so, but let's crack on. So funny enough, actually, the very first purchase was not from the stamp rally. It was pure coincidence. I followed my friend to a store. Unfortunately, I don't have the name right off the top of my head. Maybe I can message them and find out. But essentially, if you didn't know, I'm a big Psycho Pass fan, if you know about it or not. And they had little Kogami stickers and badges and stuff. And honestly, I've been wanting to finish my eater bag for Kogami for so long. Yeah, so sadly I don't remember the stall. It wasn't technically the artist, so yeah, but that was definitely a surprise. But I'm so glad I got them, because I love Kogami and he's one of my favourite characters, so yeah, that was good. But now on to the stuff for the stamp rally. So first artist we actually came upon was Goodlouse. So again, we've got my little stamp rally sheet here, and what's so great is they have the maps on the back, which is also extremely helpful. So yeah, as you can see, there are only 2 artists on one side, and then the rest were kind of all over here. But yeah, we walked into Goodlouse, and originally I was only going to buy like some stickers, but yeah, so they had a brand new Mephiles keychain, and Mephiles is definitely one of my favourite villains. And then I got this really awesome little shadow sticker with all the weapons, because why not? Next up is 12th Mystery. I've got the really awesome Sonic transformation sticker set, which is really nice. And also they had a Infinite one, because yeah, really love Infinite too. It's really nice. And they have this really cute little stamp, which is nice. I always love how the different artists either use a stamp or a little signature thing. So next up we have, and I can never pronounce the name of this, and I'm so sorry, is it Raluca Focus? Or I think they go by Lucia Arts, actually. Lucas Art there. Got their little card here, which is nice. Yeah, I just got this cool little sticker. It's shadow racing, just like go to hell. So it's really cute, and theirs is a nice little stamp there, which is really cute. So this is an artist I didn't know before. This is Saturn Zingers, and they had a load of cute, I really like very unique art style. Like I really can't describe it, but it's very cute style, and I really do love their prints. But I ended up getting little Dark Chow keyring, because yeah, it was cute. And I don't have many Chow stuff, and also this is quite a solid keyring, so I can put it on my keys and not have to worry about it. So I think I like their one the best. It's like a drawn character, which is really nice. So now we move on to the big guns, and these guys are by far 2 of my most favourite artists. But we have I always forget if I pronounce this right. Is it Giles Bones? Giles Bone or Giles Bone? It's G-I-L-L-E-S, so correct me if I got that wrong. But these were the only 2 in the north side, and yeah, I could not resist getting stuff from them. And they have so much stuff, like their t-shirt design, their style and their design, oh, I just absolutely love. And they're like the sweetest people ever as well. And they also have just brought out, so each time they bring a new 3D printed Sonic character. So they had Sonic, Shadow, Silver. I think now they've just got Amy. I don't know if they might be working on Tails or Knuckles next. That would be cool. Yes, but so basically all of their designs they either have as stickers, prints, badges, or t-shirts. And then they have separate like enamel pins and stuff, which is really cool. But I absolutely love, so you've got the silver, because I don't have a lot of silver and I do want to get more stuff of his, but I was tempted by the t-shirt, but I got the sticker instead. And then they've got the Idol K-pop Demon Slayers, Demon Hunters, I always say Slayers, Demon Hunters Idol shadow, which again is really cool. And I generally I've bought some of their t-shirts before, as you may have seen, but there was one in particular this time I was very much drawn to, which was Shadow Ultimate Life Form, because I can't. There's one of all three, Sonic and with silver, that's really cool. All the designs are cool. There's Adventure 2 with Sonic and Shadow. Like, just the designs are incredible, but this one just really cool. This is obviously more movie Shadow, which I don't have a lot of. So yeah, and it has the Ultimate Life Form on it, so I couldn't say no. Yeah, so still moving on with the stamp rally. So now we come up to my favorite person, which is Cyan Hajime, and I just love all their stuff. They are by far the best particular Sonic artists, but they also have their own other store called Bleach Bones, which is dinosaur themed, so it's like all my favorite things in one. And I was definitely had my eye on a few things that they were selling. First and foremost, I wanted this patch. Like, the moment they said they were going to make this design into a patch, I was like, I have to have it. And it's such a cool one. I've got a jacket specifically for their patches, and I may yet buy more, but I always pace myself in saying I can't always buy everything all at once. Yeah, and then they had a brand new print, which I was all for, because it's my absolute favourite thing ever. It's freaking Doom Shadow and Werehog Sonic, and it's beautiful. Like, honestly, it's so good. And again, the moment they were like, yeah, we're gonna be debuting this, I was like, thank you, yes please. There's also this print, which was part, I believe, of the last Shadow stamp rally they did as one of the prizes, but it's you know, from Shadow the Hedgehog, the iconic opening scene with Sonic and Shadow. I couldn't resist getting that as well. We did kind of go all out here, but so I got a Shadow sticker sheet, because again, I wish they kind of made that into a patch with the if the world just chooses, what is it? If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have. Good boy. Love that. And yeah, like I said, they also had a brand new Jurassic Park sticker sheet, and I was like, yes, I'm all for that. I'm getting that. And they threw in the little ribbon. I have a feeling I already have it, but I wasn't going to say no. They threw that in, and then so I bought all that, and then, you know, I was standing having a chat with him, and as we were standing there, I saw this badge. It's like, girls don't like boys, they like Shadow the Hedgehog. I was like, oh, that's amazing. And I picked it up and I was like, oh, I'll have this. And he kind of just went, I was like, what? And it dawned on me, I was like, for me? And so basically, yeah, I got this for free, which I thought was just so nice. But and they were literally like, you always buy from my store, like, you spend so much money, like, just take it, it's fine. Especially since I'd already made the purchase, so it's like they were probably just like, yeah, just take that. Yeah, and it was lovely just chatting to them, talking about other cons. Obviously Birmingham's coming up, and he's asking if I was going to any others, that sort of thing. So yeah, that was really good. But yeah, with that, we completed the stamp rally. Oh, I forgot to show you. Last couple of stamps, had a cute little Sonic, and obviously Charles Burns' iconic little bear character. So here we have the little prize pack, which again consisted of such awesome stuff. So this is Satin Zingers, and it's for, so basically for the prizes, all the artists contribute to it with something. So we've got Satin Zingers, little cafe. So this is, like I was saying, like the cutesy like art style. They had like little prints of this, but they've got silver and Mephiles, obviously because it was 06 themed. So do that, and they had a really sad Silver and Blaze print, and this is a really nice card they've used. This was something I was like, I have to get this, it's so cool. This is from Lucas Art. Yeah, sorry, that was 12th Mystery before. This is Lucas Art. I just love that quote, if the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have. Such a cool Team Dark image. And then we've got just like a few stickers and stuff. Alright, hang on. I'm jumping ahead here. So that's Good Louse, sticker of Celine. And this might be Good Louse as well, actually. I think it's like a cute little player thing with the, because 06 is obviously, it's known for its glitches, so that's very accurate. And then we have, I thought this was a pin, but it's His World from Hajime. This, which is I'm not entirely sure what that is, but yeah, that, and this one, which is cool. Nothing starts until you take action. That's quotes I'm trying to live by. Yeah, from Sonic. And then this, which has to be the absolute crowning glory, which is funny, but it's this holographic sticker of this brand new design by Girls and Bones. And the moment I saw it, I was like, oh, it's so good, because it's like tarot card with a Shadow Silver and a Sonic super form, and it's really shiny and it's textured and everything, which is so nice. I was generally like, that is such a nice design. So much so that, moving on from that, I had to go back to Girls and Bones for something in particular. So like I said, all their designs come in various different things, that be stickers, prints, badges, or t-shirts. And because it was a brand new design, they had this on a t-shirt, and you know what, like I said, I walked away and finished up at Hajime, but the more I thought about it, I was like, it's such a cool design. I love it so much. And you know, when I spoke to them about it, they were so proud of it, and they might even continue the series with more, because like a tarot card set. But it's amazing. It's so good, because they wanted to come up with something new for the rally as a little prize, and I just couldn't resist. I just got it because it's so cool. It pops. I love their design style and everything, so yeah, I couldn't resist that. And they were kind of like, oh, you're back, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna grab that while I can. Yeah, so that concludes for the stamp rally, and then we just have a few more things that I obviously bought separately. So again, I didn't realise they were at con, but there's the artist called Lemon Made, really cool stuff, and I've seen them on Etsy. But what I wanted for, they have these really cool Sonic and Shadow, like with like lanyards, and like the lanyards are, I absolutely love the holographic style. Like, look at that, it's so cool. There you go, lines it up. And obviously Sonic as well. Ones in the and yeah, so cool. And I couldn't obviously not get both, so yeah. So yeah, obviously with Sonic, I am trying to sort of collect a lot of the characters, but like obviously from different artists, and particularly if they're like rare ones. So I've not heard of this artist before, but this is Marshmallow Co. Thankfully they do have a thing with it, with their stuff. And they had a Sage from Frontiers and Cubot and Orbot, and these were just such, I almost got Eggman as well, but these were kind of enough on their own. And they had them in stickers, and I was like, oh, I really love the keychain, because I'm collecting most of them on my lanyard. But yeah, they're really cool, and they got like the little Eggman logo as well, which yeah, I couldn't resist that. And like I said, Sage is a very rare character, I don't see much of her, so yeah, I thought that was a must. And now we move on to some very interesting ones. Like, these are artists I didn't even know were here, but I don't know if anyone remembers back in the good old DeviantArt days, there was an artist called Sakami-chan, and you might know them because they had, well, as it kind of says on the bag, leaning towards the more explicit kind of artwork, but it was just so good at the time. I warn you now, there's nothing like massively explicit in this bag, so I wouldn't show that on thingy. But yeah, essentially didn't realise, and the artists themselves wasn't there because they do live abroad, but my friends saw it first, and it was only once I got over there I realised, oh my god, it's Sakami-chan. And I remember specifically their Naruto stuff, like I remember absolutely loving that. I'm trying to get it out. Yeah, but I was like, oh, I can't really get more prints, can I? Yeah, but like, I generally thought I don't know if I'll never see this artist again. I think this was a once in a lifetime thing. So I managed to find, they had a Sesshomaru, and if you can see by the artwork if you recognize them, but they were very much known on DeviantArt. I don't know the ins and outs of them. I don't follow them as much as I used to. I know their art style has definitely improved since before, but yeah, so they had a Sesshomaru, and I distinctly remember this Inuyasha as well from back in the day. So I was like, I have to get them because I absolutely love Inuyasha, and will never pass up an opportunity to find stuff of them. But you know what I kind of mean? Maybe kind of like suggestive art, and then the next one will tell you why. So they had buy two get one free, so I also got Black Cat from Spider-Man. It was between her and Harley Quinn, and it was a very hard choice, but yeah, obviously they had similar things like that. Like a friend of mine got Cyberpunk, Lucy and Rebecca, and yeah, just by their art style you can sort of tell they tend to like take certain characters and exaggerate them, and they obviously have more of the NSFW stuff, which is like, you know, extreme explicit stuff, but yeah, no, these are good enough for me, so I'm very happy to have got those. In the same vein, I also I was chatting to, so it was actually Saturn Zingers, and I had my shadow bag, which if you don't know is a very like holographic bag which has a lot of my Sonic stuff on it that I was carrying around con, and they pointed out, I was like, oh, I absolutely love your bag, and they were like, do you know the artist is here? And I was like, what? Because they're US artists, and I was like, oh my god, I have to find them, and they kind of pointed me in the direction, but I didn't know their name and I couldn't find them. I didn't have signal, so I couldn't find the artist, but I eventually found them, and they were really appreciative towards my shadow cosplay. Like, they were there with their mum, and their mum was like, oh, can I, you know, asked to take pictures, and was really kind of freaking out about it. It's like, oh my god, so good. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I'm so glad I found them. So they're called Judged Arts. I managed to find them because I was trying to find the bags, and it turns out the bags are no longer up on Etsy, I presume because they're away from home. But they had, along the same vein, this really cool rouge, and they have these in the bag design because it was really hard to pick bags. Thankfully that bag though was a present from friends. Yeah, and I also couldn't resist, like, I got Cream as well because she's really cute, and I don't have these guys yet, and I also couldn't resist this really holographic Doom Shadow sticker. I almost got a print, but I was like, nope, that's enough. Yeah, and I'm very glad I found them, and yeah, so that was definitely a surprise, did not expect that. And then, yeah, last but not least, now I have to openly say this one gave me a bit of trouble, but it's kind of how things go sometimes. So this artist, again, I think I saw them at SonicCon. It's Folks Art. I think they were at Con before that as well, actually, but they have this absolutely lovely art style. And again, I managed to get myself a couple of t-shirts, because what else could I do, honestly, like at this stage, but Sonic and Shadow. And then also, because again, I want more of their stuff, is a Blaze and Silver to go with the 06 theme. I did have an issue with my card though, and my friend ended up having to buy it instead, but my bank didn't recognise the payment, and there was a whole to-do about that, to the point where my card accidentally got restricted and blocked and I couldn't use it, so I had to go outside the con and frantically call the bank like, please unblock my card, I need it. And basically I had to authorise the payment as like, yeah, I recognise who they are, but they were also like, please don't take the payment, and thankfully it was declined. So yeah, it was a whole thing, and I had a bit of a crisis over it, but the problem was solved. I got it done soon, so yeah. But yeah, that essentially is it for the haul, and I couldn't believe this artist was there, honestly. Like, it was incredible. And the other one as well, yeah, there was so many overseas artists that were there, and I generally don't remember them announcing anything, so I don't know if it was kind of like a bit of a surprise, we're here sort of thing, or I just missed the announcement. That could also be very possible. Yeah, no, but my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna quickly speed this up. But yeah, guys, absolutely great con, everything was great. I sadly didn't see any of my friends, really. it was a bit of a crazy time. Like I said, we got to the point where it was just so busy. We're like, I think we're done now, and it got to like 5 o'clock, and we were like, we're good. And my friend only had the car park till 6, so yeah, it was a whole thing. But yeah, I am extremely happy with my purchases, and very much broke, but I did manage to sort of keep the budget, which is weird. So there's that, and I managed to get good pictures and obviously hang out with my friends, which is the most important thing to me, and I had a really good time. And you know, obviously could have been better in terms of like things with the cosplay and all that, but yeah, no, generally great day. Love all my purchases. It was a great time as per usual, and I have to say I do miss doing the 3 days, like, because cramming it all into one day, there's a bit more pressure, because it's like, well, you better get it then and there because you're not coming back another day, whereas with the 3 days you can sort of spread it out, although I would still stick to doing my shopping on the Friday. Anyway, yeah guys, so if you like this video, obviously do give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate you. If you are lurking, do hit that subscribe button. You can see many more con videos. There are so many. I should count how many cons I've done at this point. It's been over 10 years. I should count. Anyway, link will be up there or at the end of the video. Be sure to check it out. If you have any questions about anything, I suppose, like I said, all the artists are either in this video or will be in the description below. So any questions on that, I'm pretty sure you can find them all either on Instagram or Etsy. And yeah, but if you were at con and you had certain experiences, like, feel free to share them down below, like good or bad, you know. It's because I feel like MCM is always willing for feedback, supposedly. Whether they actually act on it is another story. But yeah, even just sharing your con experiences, if you cosplayed and all this and that. And be sure to look out for pictures will be coming soon for my shadow, hopefully next week. But yeah, I guess next con in theory would be October at this point. I haven't really any other plan, although Hajime is kind of convincing me to go to Birmingham, because also Chris Thornton, who is the current actor of Shadow, is there, and I feel like if I'm missing out if I don't get his autograph, but we shall see at this point. I'm in a bit of a situation at the moment that I can't really tell, but otherwise definitely October will be a thing. So yeah, until next time guys.